Hello, Tarot and Astro aficionados. How has September been treating you? September kicked my ass, and it's not over yet. I'm here, having a beer, relaxing after a day of training. September, we've had Mercury retrograde. We've had 2 eclipses in Virgo. Virgo kicks your ass, and I have 5 planets in Virgo, so I had a lot of ass kicking going on. The good news is that Jupiter has moved from Virgo into Libra, and so that should be a breath of fresh air for us all. Jupiter is a little happier in Libra than it is in Virgo, so and also it will be focused on justice and relationships. So for each of your individual signs, I'll talk a little bit about how Jupiter might affect your sign and hopefully what's up for you for the next year, because it takes Jupiter a year to move through a whole sign. So we have a year of Jupiter in Libra happening, and it will be sextile Saturn instead of square Saturn, which means it'll be getting along with Saturn rather than fighting with Saturn. So that's good news. I'm hoping for some good news because, like I said, September kicked my ass. This whole year has kicked my ass. So we'll see how it turns out and look forward to your forecast. Howdy, Leo. This is your Astro Tarot forecast for October 2016. So you will have Jupiter in your 3rd house for the next 12 months, for the next year. So Jupiter likes to expand whatever it touches, and so you're, ooh, my gosh, that's the air conditioner, sorry. Leo likes to expand, Jupiter likes to expand whatever it touches. So with the 3rd house, it can be traveling, short distance traveling, friends, neighbors, siblings, commerce. So I have a feeling if you're in any kind of commerce that kind of moves fast, like if you're a day trader, like this could bring good luck for you in that area, could bring expansion. Really any kind of small business, anything that involves talking communications. So if you're in sales or you somehow talk for a living, this will be good for you. If you're a writer, this can help. Now, it doesn't have to do with publishing, but you'll get a lot of writing done. You can write a lot during this time. And like I said, with your daily routes and routines, you could be expanding your general area, that your stomping grounds is what I want to say. The areas that you go to all the time. It could be increasing, like you may increase the area that you travel, or it could change. So Jupiter in the 3rd house, that's what I think it might be about for you, Leo. Now for your tarot reading, we start out with the 5 of Pentacles. So you're not feeling so great about something. You're not feeling so confident about something. You feel like something's going down the drain. Like all your efforts are down the drain, and they're not amounting to anything. And if it's the very negative side of this card, you've already made yourself a street person with your thought processes, because you're like, this isn't working out. So I'm going to end up a bag lady on the street because this isn't working out. Which, guilty is charged. Guilty is charged. That's why I'm saying this. So we're starting out with a letdown, with a feeling that this just isn't working. And like I've said throughout these other readings, the first 9 months of 2016 have been one big letdown, or one big, bashing for people, because we had a hard time getting things done. Then we had eclipses and Mercury retrograde, and everything went to crap. So yeah, you could feel like everything's in the crapper here at the beginning of October. The thing is you would like to, stand up and say something about this. You want to defend your position. So this could go either way. Like, things are going crappy, and so you kind of have a choice now. It's like, do you want to pull it out and stand up and fight for it, or is your position that you're like, this is working out crappy, so I'm dumping this, and then in which case you would have to stand up and defend your right to be like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I expected. This turned out all wrong, and so, for these reasons, I'm going to have to bail. So either way, it's like you're either going to have to stand up for what you want and keep the fighting the good fight, or you're going to have to let it go. But I have a feeling there are going to be people around you that are going to be upset with your decision. Either way, as we know, it's like, can't win for losing. At the basis of all this is the Tower card. So there was a big shock to the system. Like I said, because we started out with this, and it's like, oh, nothing's working. So, there was a shock to the system. You got knocked down from a high place. Maybe you had big ideas, high ideals, or maybe you bit off more than you can chew. So you were like, hey, I can totally handle that. I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and now you find out you're not. So, big shock here. The good side of this card is that maybe you've had a spark of insight, or maybe, I think if you have, it's probably come to you either just like as you're walking across the room, you're just like, boing, oh, I see now, or in a dream. But you may have had a spark of insight. If not, you just got knocked back on your bum, and you're like, wow. Boing, what was that? At the top, we've got the Hierophant, which is number 5, and we started out with the 5 of Pentacles. So 5s have to do with movement and things. 5 is an odd number, so it's an out of balance number. So we need to be okay with things being out of balance, especially since the Sun has just entered Libra and Jupiter is in Libra. So that, this is about balance. So sometimes there isn't balance, and it needs to be corrected, and we need to think about it. One thing with the Hierophant is it talks about working within social constructs, or what's the word I want? Like structures, like corporate structures or religious structures or learning structures. So you kind of have to look at that structure and figure out how you fit into that structure, or maybe don't fit into that structure. So that's kind of something to think about with 5s. Or the Hierophant. Another thing about the Hierophant is the Hierophant bridges the spiritual and the mundane. Okay, and so we've got Yoda, we've got the Dalai Lama, we've got Yoda. Okay, so they're teachers. They're teachers, but they're the kind of teachers of higher principles. So kind of mull that over, kind of like, what's the higher principle at play here, and what can I learn from it, and what can I teach others? Because I think there's definitely, this card's telling me there's a bigger picture to all of this letdown and this shock of having something go wrong. There's a bigger picture at play. And where is my last card? Did I not pull one? I guess I didn't pull one. Let's pull one now. All right, so final card, King of Wands. Okay. So this is about controlled power. We've got Bruce Lee here. So this, he was the master of being able to control force and energy and direct it. So perhaps that's part of the key to the bigger picture here, is because we've got a lot of energy that wants to come out and right wrongs and speak up and say something. And this card is saying, just use your energy wisely and direct it very specifically in a very keen way. so that you get the result you want. We don't want things going all out of control and exploding like this card, like already happened. We want a very controlled use of force so that we get what we want. Oh, and I found the other last card, so you have two last cards. So here's the other last card. It's the Six of Cups. So this is friendship, happiness. So, you know, the happy ending comes. The happy ending comes. It's just that it starts out pretty sucky. So that's what I see for you for October. See you in November.